It's the Mustang Insider Show. Now, here's Chris Sylvester, the voice of the Mustangs.
What's up, Mustang fans? Welcome to another edition of the Cal Poly Mustang Insider. I'm Chris Sylvester. We're chatting Cal Poly women's soccer today with first-year head coach Bernardo Silva. Mustangs have positioned themselves to potentially be the Big West regular season champ and the number one seed in the upcoming Big West women's soccer tournament. We're going to break the season down with Coach, what the transition has been like coming over from Cal State Bakersfield, returning to Cal Poly, where, of course, he was an assistant under Alex Crozier, who called it a career after an outstanding 3 decades at the conclusion of last season. Before we get started, as always, we'd like to thank Dignity Health French Hospital Medical Center for making this podcast possible. To learn more, visit dignityhealth.org/French Hospital. Also want to give a special shout out to Heather Hellman, who is leaving Cal Poly and leaving Mustang Sports Properties with Learfield after a terrific 8-year tenure. She has really spearheaded a lot of these podcast projects and overseen all the broadcasts almost over the last decade. So, Heather, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to work with you, and looking forward to what's next for you as you depart after a terrific tenure here at Cal Poly. Here's our conversation with Coach Silva. All right, Coach, thanks for taking some time out of your busy schedule to jump on Mustang Insider with us. And, it's been a while since we've caught up on one of these podcasts. I think it was, I feel like just yesterday, but it was way early this year. We got together at Spanos and kind of introduced you, or reintroduced you, should I say, to Mustang Nation. But obviously, it's been a successful year one in a lot of ways for you guys as a staff. What's it been like as you've had a lot of time to digest almost an entire regular season now in the rear view? What's it been like to be back in slow and to kind of just continue the legacy that Alex Crozier left?
Yeah, it's been a special journey so far. I feel like I'm really grateful and fortunate with this incredible team, an amazing group of 9 seniors that have welcomed me in open arms. They have been, I think, one of the biggest factors why we're having all the success that we're having is, when you have a really talented but quality group of people in your senior class, it makes your job as a head coach easier because they're an extension of us as a staff, and they're helping us. Just, basically add all the layers that we felt like were important to add. Coming off of a year last year where obviously the program didn't qualify for the Big West tournament, and it was kind of a season of ups and downs. So it's been special. I mean, I love Cal Poly. I love SLO. This is my home. It's felt like returning home, working with a support staff that saw me grow as an assistant, saw me grow into a head coach. It's amazing to work with people like Crystal Slover and Sarah Mackenzie in the weight room, and Jeff Troche, and just a lot of really quality people on the support staff. So really happy, and I think our level of connection with everything that we're doing is helping us almost expedite the transition into this 2.0 project that I've kind of mentioned since day one. It's an elevation of where Coach Alex left the program, and we're trying to just, while honoring him, add some really important layers for the success of our future.
I thought it was really cool. About a month ago, you officially dedicated the locker room. The Alex Crozier locker room, which is obviously
Correct.
very special for him. Got to see some video of his reaction to that. Has there been times this year, and I know you're a head coach and a successful one at that in Bakersfield last year, but has there been times this year where you've reached out to him and maybe leaned on him for some stuff?
He actually, when I first got the job, he told me, I don't need you to reach out to me. I want you to go do your thing and put your stamp on things. So, I mean, when I got the job initially, I reached out, and obviously to try to get his thoughts on the team and things that he felt like didn't work last year and what worked. And so he comes in and checks in. He comes out to some of our games. He stopped out at training sessions. And so we kind of have these brief connection moments where he comes in and checks in on the team and me. But yeah, I know he's really enjoying retirement. He's traveling all over Europe and with his wife. And so I think I'm letting him enjoy his moment, and he can truly enjoy the program as a fan now, and come around whenever he wants. The door is always open, obviously, for him. And to your point, I mean, I was really happy that we got a chance to honor him one more time, by naming our locker room with his name, Alex Crozier locker room. So yeah, so it's been like a relationship where he comes whenever he wants, and then I take advantage of those times that I have with him, but not bother him on his retirement.
Well, I know you learned so much coaching alongside him in your first tenure here at Cal Poly, and obviously you've taken that elsewhere and had success just about everywhere you've been. And I want to talk about where your team is at. And it's kind of hard to believe that we're embarking on the final week of the Big West regular season. Like it's almost postseason tournament time. And I know your Bakersfield team made it all the way to the final, and it came down to PKs last year against Santa Barbara. But you guys are coming off of a road trip in Southern California. You beat UC Irvine, you beat Long Beach State on the road. First time that's happened in the same season since 2014. Your thoughts on those two games down south, and do you feel, I know it's a cliche thing, every coach wants their team to be playing at their best right on the cusp of the postseason, but do you feel like your team is playing some of their best soccer right now with the Big West tournament looming?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we've stressed that to the team about throughout the whole season, like, even when we're not getting the results that we wanted earlier on in non-conference, and, obviously everybody wants to go from point A to point B really quickly, and they lack patience. And we've kind of been holding on to this steadfast patience, this ability to one day better, take every lesson that we can with every game in non-conference so that we could be peaking at the right time. And I think it's important, like where we want to take this program is we want to be peaking in the Big West tournament so that then we can actually make a run in the NCAA tournament eventually. So that's where we want to take the program ultimately. So are we in a position this year to do that? We shall see. I definitely think we've expedited the process of building a team that can win games in a tournament setting. And that's been the goal since we've arrived here as a staff. But yeah, we're playing our best soccer. I think the girls are more connected than ever. All of the conversations, the culture talks, the meetings, the bonding, everything that we've been doing since day one. This is where it pays off, and so we're just trying to ride out this momentum. Make sure that we can, be in a position this weekend where we're ready to go because it's two more challenging games. But yeah, it was a very successful trip this last weekend. One that to come out of it 6 points is pretty unreal because two really hard places to play against two really challenging opponents in different ways. And so, but our team, one of the layers that Chris, I think I spoke, earlier in the season with you about this, that we felt like we needed to add to Cal Poly, and this is part of the Cal Poly 2.0, is this ability to be adaptable. We needed to be more of an adaptable team in understanding that every game requires you to be a little different, requires you to defend and attack in a different way. And our team has absolutely taken that, and it's become part of our DNA. We are an adaptable team. We have a clear understanding going into games on what we need to do, and we just execute. And the girls are believing in that. They're more together than ever. And yeah, it's pretty cool spot to be going into the last weekend of conference play.
Your team has the top three leading point scorers in the Big West this season: Jesse Halliday, Annika Smith, Madeline Doherty. Uh, what type of impact have they had on winning and establishing this Cal Poly 2.0 culture?
Yeah, they've been outstanding. I mean, those are Annika and Jesse. Obviously, they've been part of the program for a couple of years, and I obviously had to deal and play against them. And so, for many years, I had a tremendous amount of respect for who they are as athletes and as young women. And so, having scouted them, you obviously now having the benefit of them being on my side is pretty incredible. Ever since I've arrived, Chris, I've tried to like I have my ideas on how the game, could be played and what's my favorite formation, all this stuff. But I try not to really impose that stuff onto my teams because I come from a place of maximizing potential. And so what Ani and Jesse are doing is is just we're maximizing their potential. They haven't been able to play together. Last year, one would sub for the other because I think the program was kind of stuck in a specific formation. We have adapted a formation around those two players. When you have two of the best forwards in the conference, you build a team around those two. And so I think the way we play supports them in the right ways. It feeds the ball to them, and then it's about them just doing what they do. Obviously, adding Maddie into the equation. She's a transfer from Sacramento State. She's been an incredible assister of them. She's great on set pieces. She's great at helping it with the attacking production. So pretty amazing to be at this point in the season to have the top three from an offensive production. So they've been fantastic at taking care of business up top, but we've also accumulated a bunch of several shutouts over the last couple of weeks, which defenses win championships. Shannon has been fantastic in goal. Our back line is more solid now because we had to replace players like Emma Brown and Ainsley Connor. So the back line was brand new, and so we've spent a lot of time and a lot of effort in building our back line. So yeah, the back line's doing their job. Goalkeeper's doing their job. We have a rock in the midfield with Sofia Manetti. And then we have the best front duo in the conference. And so we're fully taking advantage of it.
You mentioned how important it is as you build a culture to establish, a winning culture at home. And you guys have done that. I mean, you're unbeaten at home this season. You come into these final two regular season matches, and there's a lot hanging in the balance. You have a chance to clinch a spot in the Big West tournament with a victory on Thursday to open up this final homestand. And then you've got a chance to potentially set yourself up to play for the #1 seed in the Big West tournament on Sunday against Cal State Northridge. I know you're taking things one step at a time, but what type of advantage have you had playing at home this year, and how important is it from your experience as an assistant and as a head coach elsewhere to just establish that, hey, our house is not going to be an easy place to come in and leave with the victory unless you're wearing the green and gold?
Absolutely. No, and that's exactly, the energy that you just put into that question is exactly how I speak to the team and every time we're at home. At home, we protect our home. Nobody comes into your house and dictates anything. I give them the example of if somebody walked into your house and barged into the door, didn't say hi to you, and just sat on the couch and put their feet on top of your table, what would you do? You would tell them to get up and get out, do it again. And that's exactly the kind of the type of attitude that I want our team to have. Nobody comes into Spanos and dictates anything except us. We are the ones that dictate. And the way we set up our non-conference schedule, we set it up so that we would play some big dogs at home. BYU, Cal, Seattle. These are three teams that Cal is getting ranked top 25. BYU is ranked top 25. Seattle is regionally, in the top 50. These are three very good teams. And the fact that we were able to get results against the three of them and remain unbeaten, that I think set the foundation of protecting our house. Spanos is a hard place to play. It's a narrower field. We can really press teams. We can get into teams physically, which is the brand that we want to play here. We want to be a physical team, a team that lives the mark, metaphorically speaking. And so I think it Spanos and is a special place, and I think we've also made it some amazing. We've done some amazing things, Chris. We are averaging, 1,000 fans at home. That's our average. We have the highest attendance at home out of all of the Big West, and the connection with our community. We are an entertaining team to watch, man. You come out and watch us play, you're gonna watch a show, and I think that has also now made it harder for teams to play here. So not only does our brand fit with our stadium and the narrowness and everything, and we're protecting our house, but now we have our fans enjoying it and celebrating goals, and so it's pretty cool. So we're excited to obviously wrap up the regular season at home in front of our family, friends, fans. It'll be a fun one.
Cal Poly women's soccer in the midst of the longest home unbeaten streak since a 9-match stretch between 2012 and 2013. Now, mentioning these final 2 regular season home matches, it begins Thursday. You've got another one Sunday to put a bow on the regular season home schedule. What's the mentality of your group going into this final week, knowing that you have so much to play for and maybe – almost kind of minimizing it and kind of taking it, a minute at a time, right? Not thinking about, hey, we can win tonight and clinch a postseason spot. Hey, we can get the number 1 seed. Because I know, all of those possibilities, they can really weigh on players at times.
Yeah, 100%. And I think you're absolutely right, Chris. You said it earlier. Like, we are right now just one day at a time. I mean, we talked to the team this morning. I mean, we told them to scout for Riverside. We watched some film. We're not changing our routine at all. It continues to be one training at a time. Let's make sure that we're better today than we were yesterday. And because there's still a lot of scenarios, to your point. I mean, yeah, you could tie, you could win. I mean, there's just so much going on that we just have been, ever since we started conference, it's like, let's accumulate the most number of points that we can. And then at the end of this whole thing, we will add them all up and we'll figure out where we're at. And the goal is to be in the Big West tournament. That's the number one. That was always the number 1 goal. And because we've had that mentality, we're very focused on being one day better, very process oriented. I feel like the results are the byproduct of that. And we are now in a position where we could be playing for a title on Sunday. But if you don't take care of business on Thursday against a team in Riverside that, yeah, they haven't won a game this year, so they have nothing right now pressing them. They are just like playing without any sort of pressure. I'm sure with a new coach, players are trying to prove themselves to figure out who's going to be there next year. I mean, there's all these things. And so it's called a trap game, right? It's the good old trap game. And so we have everything to play for. They don't really have much to play for except obviously bragging rights at this point. And so it's a tricky game, but we've preached professionalism to our team since day one. We've preached the standard is the standard. We don't allow the circumstance or the conditions to really affect how we show up on a daily basis. And that's going to come through on Thursday with how we approach things.
I'm happy you mentioned the key phrase trap game, because sometimes you play a team, like you said, that has really nothing to play for outside of pride this late in the season. Sometimes those are the scariest teams, right? Because they don't feel any of that pressure that you guys are feeling. They know their season comes to an end at the end of the week. They're going to leave it all out there, and obviously that makes things tougher. It's Greek night on Thursday, the final regular season home match under the lights at Spanos. It's also AYSO, the third appreciation day. That's 7 o'clock on Thursday, and a Sunday high noon. 13 and under kids get in free. I mean, you leave Saturday vacant for people to go to the pumpkin patch and do all that Halloween stuff, and then they can go watch, like you said, a really fun team to get behind from a community standpoint on Sunday. Coach, really appreciate your time. Always fun to catch up with you. We wish you the best of luck this week, and we hope it's a long postseason journey for you guys, because certainly, like you said, I mean, with the early season schedule, you guys have already played NCAA tournament caliber teams and had results against them. Obviously, that's got to give you guys some confidence if you do get to the NCAA tournament. We will be pulling for you, and we hope to get some big crowds like we see here in the backdrop, those final two home games for you guys.
I appreciate it, Chris. Thanks for inviting me. Appreciate your work, and look forward to maybe catching up, again with you later down the road in a couple of weeks, where we are playing for even bigger things.
Let's plan on it, Coach. Thanks again, man.
Appreciate it, Chris. Thank you.
This has been the Mustang Insider Show. The preceding has been a Learfield's presentation on the Cal Poly Sports Network.